Hey everybody, this is Dr. Langdon with a few updates I thought you guys might need to hear. So, I am a board certified pediatrician, and that matters to be board certified. We're going to talk about that. I actually am licensed to practice medicine in these here United States. And you know what? I see patients. Pretty cool. And even in my current role as a chair of pediatrics, and I never thought I'd have to share this little anecdote with anybody, but in light of current events in the United States of America, let me just share with you a story. So when I became chair of pediatrics, I remember thinking, well, I'd really like to just jump entirely into academia, right? Because certainly clinic life is stressful for a million reasons. Staffing shortages, prior authorizations, denials from insurance, McLeod, OSHA, everything. It's just stressful. Demanding patients, demanding parents, anti-vaxxers or vaccine hesitant folks that take a lot of time for just increased education and adolescent mental health issues and depression and anxiety take a lot of time. It's stressful. Clinic is stressful. So I thought, wow, what a fabulous opportunity. If I get to be chair of pediatrics, I will just teach. And I love making a good PowerPoint and hanging out with my students and all that. It's great. Love it. But what my direct supervisor said to me, who is a dean, he said, we have a policy, as many medical schools do, that all of our chairs of departments still have some clinical time. This is the funny part. He said, a short and easy way to say this is it gives you more street cred with the students. And you know what? He was right. So street cred meaning just how can I be taken seriously by students when I'm teaching them how to take care of patients, in my case, pediatric related subjects, topics, and patients. If I don't also see those patients in real life, if I'm not board certified, if I'm not licensed to practice, if I don't actively see patients, I would lose credit with the students. And that's just on a very small scale compared to this entire country. So you probably know right now the nominee for the Surgeon General is someone who has not finished her residency. And I understand that residency is hard, but this is the top spot for a physician in the entire United States. We couldn't find anyone out of a million physicians who managed to finish residency and pass their boards and get licensed and see patients. So what about the street cred, guys? This doesn't make any sense. Y'all must understand that. This doesn't make any sense. And all that I know for us to do, those of us who actually did finish residency, got board certified, see patients, are licensed, etc., is to continue to try to share with the public actual information, actual science, data, and facts. So here's a quick little thing that I've already found about Casey Means. She is sharing with the public that it's perfectly okay to skip the birth dose of hepatitis B. Not only did she not finish her ENT residency, she certainly did not do pediatrics residency. She certainly did not do pediatrics residency and then infectious disease fellowship. She has no reason to be an expert in the newborn or infant vaccine schedule. She's not an immunologist or an epidemiologist or infectious disease specialist. Anyway, wow, just mind-boggling that people can just instantly declare themselves experts on subjects about which they are not informed. Wow, wow, wow. So let me just inform you right quick, guys. Hepatitis B vaccine is given at birth because it blocks perinatal transmission of the hepatitis B virus. The hepatitis B virus, if caught by a newborn, persists in 80 to 90% of those children. Well, the problem with that is it leads to liver failure and liver cancer. That's a problem. There are over 300 million people in the world who are infected with hepatitis B, and the problem is at least 50% of those were acquired it during perinatally. The other problem is it's super contagious, more contagious than HIV. So it's not just spread by sex and IV drug use. It can also be spread by some incidental household contacts, such as maybe using the same toothbrush accidentally, or it's very contagious, in other words. And so not only are we protecting for perinatal transmission with that birth dose of hepatitis B, but hopefully also protecting that baby from incidental household contact if they had a family member who had hepatitis B. And hepatitis B initially can be asymptomatic, and so many people who are carriers do not even realize that they are carrying it. So this is one more example of people shouldn't talk about things they know nothing about And there is a very specific reason and logic and science and purpose behind the very well-studied childhood immunization schedule in the United States of America. I am happy to answer any additional questions. I think you can sense my frustration as many pediatricians feel that the entire institutions of science are being challenged by people who don't have knowledge or information of the extensive amount of studying that goes into pre-marketing for vaccines, the science, the unbelievable number of subjects in and test subjects in these trials before marketing and even during and post-marketing. So when people say we should just study it more, that's not really true because it's already been studied so much. And the people who are saying that don't seem to know that, even though it is true. So I hope that cleared up some questions about that birth dose of hepatitis B. Let me know if you have any additional questions. Thanks. Bye.